I just left the theater seeing Saw X. We gotta talk about it right now. I cannot wait. Let's go. If you're new to my channel, I absolutely love the Saw series. I think it's one of my favorite series. Well, I think it's the most consistent series of all time, of all series. From 1 to 9, they all tie in very well. Now, I don't mean consistency and level of how good they are. I mean consistency of like, they open up one story, they close a story. So, going in to Saw X, I was super excited to see it. Rarely does, when you get so hyped for something, does it live up to the expectations. Not only did it live up, it exceeded the expectations. This movie is amazing. So let me back up here. From the trailer, you guys know John Kramer, cancer patient, finds a potential cure for his cancer, and he ends up being a con. Now, of all the movies that we've watched involving Saw, why would you want to con John Kramer? I don't know. Well, anyway, that's what happened. This movie did some things that other Saw movies have not done. Now, the Jigsaw form of these movies, specifically about Jigsaw, was Saw 1 through Saw 3. And even that, really Saw 2 and 3, really, because Saw 1, you guys know the ending of that, so he wasn't really involved all that much in a story perspective. So you know the whole thing about his son and his cancer, but as far as his full-on backstory, that the totality of it has been a relatively mystery up until now. This movie expounded upon what led him to be who he is. It also matched and paired him and Amanda perfectly and showed more of their story. Man, this is cinematic perfection. If you wanted some feeling, you got it. If you wanted the traditional John Kramer voice and the traps, you got it. If you wanted uncomfortableness in horror, you got it. Even some lighthearted, backhanded comedy was in this too. This movie was perfect. And even if you have fallen off the wagon watching the Saw series, maybe you walked away because most of the critiques I've heard are that the series gets too brutal, too violent, too bloody, and it kind of deterred people. So if you've fallen off the wagon from that, go back and check this one out. This one is worth it. This one, yes, you kind of need to know, but no, you don't. You really don't need to watch Saw 1. And even if you know who Jigsaw is, you can watch this movie. This doesn't do anything. You don't have to go through the entire saga to get to this movie, to be fully engaged in this movie. This was that's what was good about it. That's what was good about it. It played to the Saw fan, but it wasn't just about the Saw fan. This was a Saw franchise film that that will garner a lot of new fans for the franchise, that maybe they haven't seen one movie about it. And they just happen to be bored one time this weekend or a couple coming weeks, you're going to check this movie out. It doesn't need to be specific to a Saw fan to watch this movie. I cannot say enough, and I'm sorry that I'm a little jumbled up right now because I literally just got out of the theater and it's almost midnight, where I am. So it's been a long day, but I had to tell you guys this: if you don't have any plans to watch the movie this weekend, change your plans. Watch Saw X this weekend in the theater, and come back to this video and get in the comments and let me know what you thought. Saw X before today, Saw 3 was my favorite aside from the original, like my favorite sequel. This might have taken it. Saw X might be my new favorite sequel. It was that good. And I'm not going to go into any more detail. I'm not going to give anything away. This is completely spoiler free, guys. But I had to tell you all right now, watch this movie and get ready, because the trailers that came before this movie, there are a lot of horror movies to watch before the end of this year. But you got to start with Saw X. Great movie, 10 out of 10. One of the best. It's a really, really good movie. If you're on the fence about it, check out Saw X. See you guys next time.